You might not realize it, but the cooking oil in your kitchen could be subtly damaging your heart, causing digestive problems, or even accelerating the aging process. For seniors, the oils you use when cooking are more important than ever. As we age, our bodies become less tolerant of bad fats, our metabolism slows, and our arteries become more susceptible. This means that what was acceptable in your 40s or 50s may now be contributing to weight gain, inflammation, or even elevated blood pressure. Many people assume all cooking oils are the same, or that any vegetable oil must be healthy. However, some of the most widely used oils in American and international kitchens are chemically processed, stripped of nutrients, and linked to long-term health problems, especially for older adults. In this guide, we're going to dissect everything you need to know. I'll list 5 oils you should never use and explain why they're dangerous, particularly as you age. After that, we'll turn it around and present 5 oils that are worthy of a permanent place in your kitchen, oils that promote energy, joint health, brain function, and a strong heart. You'll discover which oils cause inflammation, which ones make it difficult to absorb nutrients from meals, and which ones are unstable at high temperatures. This isn't about fear, it's about facts and empowering you to make safer, healthier, and more informed cooking decisions. By the end of this, you will know exactly what to buy, what to keep, and what to throw away. We'll make this easy, understandable, and useful, because while changing your oil may seem like a tiny step, it can have a major impact on your body's ability to handle each meal, how you feel, and how you move. Are you ready to do a thorough cleaning of your kitchen? Let's begin. 5 oils you should never use. 1. Vegetable oil. The deceptive name hiding real damage. Vegetable oil is one of the most misleading items in your kitchen. Despite its innocent-sounding name, most bottles of vegetable oil actually contain a mixture of multiple refined oils, typically soybean, corn, cottonseed, or canola, all of which have undergone extensive chemical processing. Why does this matter? These oils are depleted in nutrients due to the extraction process, which often involves harsh compounds like hexane, a solvent used to extract oil from seeds at high temperatures. The result is an extremely unstable oil that readily oxidizes, especially when cooking. When oils oxidize, they release substances that can cause joint inflammation, heart stress, and irritation of your stomach lining. This is particularly alarming for seniors. Our bodies don't recover as well from inflammation day after day. A small amount of oxidative stress from the incorrect oil can subtly accumulate, leading to stiffer arteries, elevated cholesterol, and even cognitive problems. You might not even be aware of how frequently you use it. Because it's inexpensive and has a high smoke point, vegetable oil is often the standard in pantries. However, that smoke point is deceptive. While it doesn't burn quickly, its lipids decompose into unhealthy substances when exposed to that heat. It's not just about cooking either. Vegetable oil is found in mayonnaise, margarine, bottled sauces, and even some packaged foods. So, it's time to reconsider your habits, whether you're employing it to save money or because I've always done it that way. Replace it with a cleaner alternative like extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil. Your body absorbs everything you put into it. Furthermore, there are more drawbacks to vegetable oil than advantages. Long-term use of vegetable oil has even been connected in some studies to a higher chance of developing chronic illnesses like insulin resistance, heart disease, and even some types of cancer. These aren't just online rumors. These results, published in peer-reviewed journals, are taken seriously by physicians and nutritionists, particularly when recommending dietary changes to senior citizens. The good news? Your body can start to recover once you switch. After removing these processed oils from their cooking, many seniors report better attention, reduced bloating, smoother skin, and increased joint mobility. If there's one bottle to retire today, this is it. 2. Corn oil, the common oil that fuels inflammation. Corn oil may appear to be a harmless staple. It's widely accessible, inexpensive, and found in everything from frozen meals to frying pans. However, beneath that golden hue lies a substantial proportion of omega-6 fatty acids. When omega-6 fatty acids significantly outweigh omega-3 fatty acids in your diet, your body enters an inflammatory overdrive. That's a formula for catastrophe for seniors who are already dealing with cardiovascular issues, arthritis, or joint pain. Every time corn oil hits the skillet, it subtly feeds the fire of inflammation, which is the root cause of almost all chronic diseases we encounter as we age. Things worsen. Corn oil is frequently extracted using high heat and solvents like hexane, just like vegetable oil. This process destroys any antioxidants that may have been present in the corn kernel, leaving behind an unstable fat that becomes poisonous when heated repeatedly, exactly what occurs in most home kitchens and particularly in restaurant fryers. The frequency of your exposure to corn oil may surprise you. It can be found in store-bought breaded chicken, margarine, baked products, chips, and salad dressings. If the label is vague about the type of oil used, it's probably corn oil or a blend that contains it. One of the riskiest behaviors I see, especially among seniors on a tight budget, is frying with leftover oil to extend its usability. However, corn oil becomes more oxidized, inflammatory, and cell-damaging each time it is reheated. This can eventually increase your risk of developing heart disease, digestive issues, and even neurological diseases, and the majority of people are unaware of this. Since genetically modified corn is frequently used to make corn oil, there are further worries over long-term exposure to pesticide residues and altered nutrient profiles. While GMO research is ongoing, many seniors would rather err on the side of caution and use oils with cleaner sourcing. The easy solution? Give up corn oil entirely. If you're going to fry, use avocado oil. It doesn't overload your system with pro-inflammatory lipids and is more stable. For baking or sautéing, extra virgin olive oil or even ghee are safer and better alternatives. Substituting corn oil is more than just a health choice. It's an improvement in taste, quality, and peace of mind. 3. Canola oil. It's not the heart-healthy oil it seems. Canola oil is frequently promoted as a nutritious option. Many supermarkets label it Heart Smart since it's high in omega-3 fatty acids and low in saturated fat. What the label doesn't tell you, though, is this. Before it even reaches your pan, the majority of canola oil has undergone extensive refinement, genetic modification, and destruction. Canola oil, which comes from the rapeseed plant, was engineered to contain less toxic substances. However, bleaching, chemical solvents, and high heat are still utilized in the extraction process today. As a result, natural antioxidants are eliminated, and unstable molecules are produced that readily oxidize when cooked. That is an issue for older people who are attempting to safeguard their cardiovascular health. Oxidized oils may negate the very heart protective claims on the container and increase arterial inflammation that can eventually result in increased stress on the entire cardiovascular system, decreased circulation, and higher blood pressure. Even worse, a lot of lighter diet items include canola oil. Dressings, frozen foods, and baked snacks are sometimes combined with additives and preservatives that put additional strain on your liver and digestive system. Additionally, don't be duped by the omega-3 claim. Canola oil contains omega-3 in a different form than flaxseed or fish oil, and it degrades rapidly in hot conditions. This implies that you aren't actually benefiting from its anti-inflammatory properties, particularly if you're using it for frying or sautéing. For seniors who are controlling cholesterol, joint stiffness, or cognitive wellness, canola oil presents more risk than benefit. You may get genuine omega-3 advantages without the processing damage by using better alternatives like cold-pressed walnut oil, macadamia oil, or extra virgin olive oil. Stop letting the marketing fool you. Although canola oil is inexpensive and has a neutral flavor, it is actually very different for your health. Don't freak out if you've been using canola oil without any problems for years, but do think about the cumulative effect. Although a single shift to a healthier oil might not have a significant impact right away, it might lower inflammation and enhance your body's sensations and capabilities over the course of months and years. One meal at a time, you may restore your health by upgrading your cooking oil. It's never too late. 4. Soybean oil, the unseen saboteur in food packaging. Soybean oil is everywhere. Chips, crackers, salad dressings, baked goods, and particularly processed foods are used in restaurant kitchens. Despite being one of the most popular oils in the Western diet, it is rarely discussed, which is precisely why it poses such a risk to the elderly. Soybean oil is extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids, just like corn oil. The normal person's ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 is radically out of balance, perhaps 20-1, when it should be closer to 4-1. While omega-6s are okay in tiny levels, this imbalance encourages systemic inflammation, which contributes to everything from Alzheimer's to arthritis. Even worse, most soybean oil is extracted using solvents, bleached, and deodorized before being bottled, and it comes from genetically modified soybeans. This implies that you're eating more than just oil. This type of fat has been removed, purified, and reconfigured in ways that your body isn't quite aware of or able to handle. The repercussions are severe for senior citizens. High consumption of soybean oil has been related in studies to insulin resistance, metabolic disturbance, and even cognitive loss in animal models. Even while there is still study on humans, the early warning signs are enough to cause anxiety, particularly if you already have diabetes or dementia. Soybean oil is probably in your kitchen even if you aren't purchasing it directly. Examine the label of almost any canned sauce, dressing, or nutritious snack. It's probably soybean-based unless it specifically states avocado or olive oil. The first step is to stop using it in your cooking, but if you want to completely remove it from your diet, read labels, purchase whole foods, and choose cleaner oil brands. Your health requires openness, and you deserve it. Here's a clever tip. Don't be scared to inquire about the type of oil used while dining out or getting takeout. For financial reasons, most locations fall back on soybean or mixed oils. Ask for food prepared without additional oils or with olive oil if you have the option. Your body will appreciate you asking, and restaurants that value the quality of their ingredients won't mind. Making little decisions each time you eat can result in long-lasting improvement. 5. Cottonseed oil, an industrial waste product. Although it may not be a common ingredient in your home kitchen, cottonseed oil is one of the most common oils found in processed meals, snack foods, and fast food restaurants. The fact that cottonseed oil wasn't initially intended for human consumption makes it a serious issue. It began as a textile industry waste product. Yes, you read correctly. Since cotton isn't even considered a food crop, cotton plants are frequently treated with herbicides and insecticides that aren't authorized for use on food crops. However, your crackers, chips, cookies, and even some frozen dinners include the oil that was taken from those seeds. Why is cottonseed oil so dangerous? First of all, it contains a lot of polyunsaturated fats, which are oxidatively unstable, particularly so when heating or deep frying. These lipids decompose into toxic substances that are connected to cellular damage, inflammation, and liver stress. These impacts are more pronounced for older adults. Your arteries respond more strongly to inflammation, your liver has to work harder to eliminate oxidized lipids, and your immune system is less effective at repairing the damage. The outcome? Increased chance of chronic illness, longer recovery, and more joint pain. Cottonseed oil is probably infiltrating your diet through packaged snacks or takeout even if you don't purchase it directly. You must be careful when looking at ingredient lists because it's sometimes listed under ambiguous titles like vegetable oil blend. Food makers also use it extensively because it is inexpensive and almost flavorless. Therefore, cooking more at home with reliable oils and choosing minimally processed snacks or organic products that employ substitutes like avocado, olive, or sunflower oil are the only ways to really avoid it. Avoiding cottonseed oil isn't the only thing you should do to save your health. Do your best to get the message out. Many people still think that vegetable oil is healthful, especially older folks. However, the dangers are too great when cottonseed is a component of that vegetable oil, even for goods you've been using for years. Start by reading the labels. The first step to change is awareness, and this one could have a significant impact on your long-term health. Cotton has no place on your plate, even though it may feel cozy in your clothing. Give your body a cleaner, more considerate fuel source that it can truly use instead of cottonseed oil. 5 oils worthy of a permanent place in your kitchen. Now that you know what not to do, let's look at what you should do. These next oils are the culinary heroes of the senior kitchen, long-lasting, flavorful, and packed with advantages. Let's begin with a timeless staple that has been feeding people for ages. 1. Extra virgin olive oil, the wonder of the Mediterranean. Extra virgin olive oil, or EVO for short, is the one oil that every senior should have in their kitchen. One of the most researched and heart-healthy fats in the world, this oil has been a mainstay of the Mediterranean diet for millennia. Why is it so strong? First of all, it contains a lot of monounsaturated fats, which are beneficial for both good cholesterol, HDL, and bad cholesterol, LDL. It is a great choice for artery protection and promoting long-term heart health just for that reason. However, Polyphenols, which are naturally occurring plant substances that lower inflammation and function as antioxidants within your body, are also present in olive oil. That's a major triumph for seniors who are struggling with cognitive issues, high blood pressure, or joint pain. Frequent usage of extra virgin olive oil has been associated with increased mood, a decreased risk of stroke, and enhanced cognitive function in older persons. It's not magic, it's effective because it's chemistry. Evo is cold-pressed, which means it is extracted without the use of chemicals or high heat, in contrast to highly refined oils. This keeps its nutritional value and flavor intact. Also, it's more stable than most people realize. High-quality Evo can withstand heat without becoming hazardous, even though it's best used for low to medium heat cooking, sautéing, roasting, and dressings, especially when you're not cooking at extremely high temperatures. Selecting the appropriate sort is crucial. Look for a dark glass bottle, a harvest or expiration date, and the words "extra virgin" on the label. Never keep it next to the burner. Instead, keep it somewhere cool and dark. Additionally, avoid using light olive oil. It is frequently refined while losing the majority of its advantages. Use it every day. Mix it into grains, season salads, roast vegetables, or drizzle it over toast. More significantly, every drop of it promotes your health while adding flavor without being heavy. Additionally, many seniors discover that using Evo instead of butter or margarine lessens the need for these substances, particularly when applied to toast, cooked vegetables, or cereals. It's more than just a calorie exchange. It's a heart-healthy change that increases healthy fats and decreases saturated fats. Here's an added bonus. Many elderly persons don't get enough of fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, and olive oil may aid in the absorption of these nutrients. Therefore, by using a single bottle, you're not only improving the flavor of food but also transforming each meal into a self-care ritual. 2. Avocado oil, the heat-stable hero of high-temperature cooking. Avocado oil is your greatest friend if you enjoy high-temperature roasting, frying, or searing. When cooking on the stove or in the oven, it won't decompose and release toxic compounds because it has one of the highest smoke points of any cooking oil at about 500 degrees Fahrenheit. However, temperature isn't the only factor. Like olive oil, avocado oil is rich in heart-healthy monounsaturated fats. Additionally, it has lutein, a carotenoid that promotes eye health, which is crucial as people age. Additionally, avocado oil maintains its nutritious content even when heated, in contrast to many processed oils. Its mild, somewhat buttery flavor complements most savory foods well without taking over. Because of this, it's ideal for roasting root vegetables, grilling meats, stir-frying vegetables, and even making healthy muffins or quick breads. Additionally, it can be used in a variety of recipes that call for canola or vegetable oil. You're deliberately selecting a fat that promotes food absorption, brain function, and cardiovascular health rather than merely avoiding unhealthy fats. Avocado oil is a great ally for seniors who are controlling high blood pressure, cholesterol, or arthritis. Joint pain and stiffness may be lessened by its anti-inflammatory qualities. Its fats can help prevent overeating and energy crashes by stabilizing blood sugar and prolonging feelings of fullness. Look for avocado oil in a dark glass bottle that has been cold-pressed and unrefined. It should be a deep green, indicating that it is high in antioxidants and chlorophyll. For optimal flavor and health benefits, use it within a few months of opening and store it in a cold, dark closet. Avocado oil is also a good option for people who want a neutral tasting oil for baking or pan-frying eggs without the dangers of processed substitutes. It can even be used as a foundation for homemade marinades, dips, or salad dressings because it is shelf-stable. You'll notice something subtle but powerful if you begin using it on a regular basis. Your body reacts more easily, your kitchen smells better, and your meals taste cleaner. That's what a genuinely supporting oil is all about. 3. Walnut oil, the brain-boosting beauty of cold meals. Walnut oil should have a place in your kitchen if maintaining brain health is important to you, as it should be for all seniors. Alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 that is abundant in this little-known oil, supports mood, memory, and cognitive function as we age. Walnut oil is sensitive. It is not intended for high-heat cooking or frying. Rather, it is best served cold, on top of roasted vegetables, mixed into salad dressings, or incorporated into cooked grains and lentils right before serving. Its rich, nutty flavor elevates simple meals by adding depth and refinement. Why is it so good for the brain? Walnut oil also contains polyphenols, which are substances that lower inflammation and oxidative stress in the brain, in addition to omega-3 fatty acids. When incorporated into your diet on a regular basis, these advantages may help promote mental clarity and emotional balance while also slowing age-related cognitive decline. It offers cardiovascular benefits as well. Similar to avocado and olive oils, walnut oil promotes heart health by lowering arterial stiffness and raising cholesterol, two issues that are particularly important for senior citizens. When purchasing walnut oil, opt for unrefined and cold-pressed varieties to protect its delicate fats and flavor. It should be kept in the refrigerator after opening and stored in a dark glass bottle. Try to utilize it within a few months of opening. Some elderly people are concerned that nut oils may be thick or hard to digest. However, walnut oil is light, silky, and surprisingly palatable. Most persons with mild nut sensitivity can also safely use it. However, those with severe allergies should speak with a healthcare professional before using it. Adding it to dishes that already call for olive oil, such as dips or vinaigrettes, is one of the simplest ways to introduce it. It is the preferred finishing oil for enhancing flavor and nutrition because of its nutty scent, which goes well with balsamic vinegar, Dijon mustard, or even a squeeze of lemon. You don't need to eat elaborate meals. An ordinary meal can be transformed into brain food with just a teaspoon of walnut oil. 4. Ghee, the gut-loving golden clarified butter. Ghee is an excellent option for seniors who need the hearty, comforting taste of butter without the stomach problems. For millennia, Ayurvedic medicine and Indian cookery have both made use of this golden clarified butter, and because of its stability, health advantages, and mild effect on the digestive system, it is currently becoming more and more well-liked globally. In order to make ghee, butter must be simmered until the water and milk solids are removed, leaving just pure butter fat. It is therefore essentially casein and lactose-free, which makes it considerably simpler for people with dairy intolerances or sensitive stomachs. With an impressively high smoke point of almost 480 degrees Fahrenheit, it's perfect for high-heat culinary methods including roasting, sautéing, and frying. Unlike certain oils, it doesn't burn easily or decompose into toxic components when heated up. However, ghee's advantages extend beyond the burner. Butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid that promotes gut health, lowers colon inflammation, and even feeds the cells lining your digestive tract, is abundant in it. Seniors who suffer with bloating, irregularity, or IBS may find that this significantly improves their comfort and consistency. Ghee is also a great source of fat-soluble vitamins such as A, D, E, and K2, which are important for bone health, immune system function, and eye health but are frequently underconsumed in the diets of the elderly. Because ghee is suspended in a fat-rich foundation that your body may readily absorb, these nutrients are more accessible. Not to mention the flavor. Everything from rice to roasted veggies to scrambled eggs benefits from the warm, nutty richness that ghee adds. Food is enhanced without being overpowered, and you can do a lot with a little. Whenever possible, look for organic, grass-fed ghee. If you like a firmer texture, store it in a cool pantry or in the refrigerator. Ghee is also a great pantry staple due to its inherent shelf durability. You don't have to keep it refrigerated or hurry to finish it. Anytime you need a healthy, soothing fat that helps your body rather than burdens it, simply scoop, spread, or sizzle. Ghee is a fantastic option for seniors who want to make cooking easier without compromising their health. 5. Macadamia oil, the smooth operator with unexpected strength. For good reason, macadamia oil is quietly becoming one of the best-kept secrets in geriatric kitchens. Despite not being as well known as avocado or olive oil, this buttery, light oil is low in omega-6s, high in monounsaturated fats, and very stable when heated. Macadamia oil actually has a smoke point of about 410 degrees Fahrenheit, which makes it ideal for light frying, baking, and sautéing. Because it won't degrade as quickly as other oils, there will be less toxic byproducts, and the flavor will be more constant from pan to plate. However, macadamia oil's anti-inflammatory properties are where it truly excels. It contains palmitoleic acid, a rare fat that may promote skin regeneration and metabolic health, and is high in oleic acid, the same heart-healthy fat found in olive oil. That's a significant plus for seniors who are managing blood sugar, cholesterol, or even dry skin. Additionally, it boasts one of the greatest fat ratios available, with nearly no polyunsaturated fat and over 80% monounsaturated fat. This is fantastic news for your pantry and your arteries because it makes it extremely shelf-stable and less prone to oxidation. The flavor? Very smooth, mild, and a little nutty, perfect for people who want a pure oil that doesn't interfere with their food. It works well in stir-fries, salad dressings, and even baked products like muffins and quick breads. Look for a dark glass bottle that contains cold-pressed macadamia oil. Use it within a few months of opening and keep it somewhere cool and dark. Although it can cost a little more than regular oils, the advantages greatly exceed the drawbacks, and a small amount goes a long way. Here's a hint. When added to cooked grains or vegetables, macadamia oil is a great finishing touch after roasting or steaming. A little trickle adds a delicate richness that improves everything without making it heavier. It's one of those minor adjustments that feels opulent and offers genuine health benefits with each bite. Macadamia oil might become your new favorite if you're searching for an oil that strikes a balance between taste, stability, and health benefits without sacrificing quality. Like the finest habits for aging well, it's strong, safe, and smooth. You now understand which oils in your kitchen are safe to use and which should be thrown out. These minor decisions are more important than ever, especially for seniors. The incorrect oils can increase your risk of chronic illness, disrupt your digestive system, and subtly exacerbate inflammation. But with the appropriate oils, they become your health companions, making it easier for you to move, think more clearly, and feel more invigorated every day. A complete kitchen makeover is not necessary to replace your oils. It simply entails improving what you use most, what you cook, what you use to cover your salad, and what you use to flavor your food. Because cooking presents an opportunity to either help or hurt, and you can do better if you have more knowledge. Thus, begin with a single bottle. Replace that outdated corn or vegetable oil with something more intelligent. Bring in some walnut oil, avocado oil, olive oil, and even a jar of ghee. Although you don't have to make drastic changes right away, every drop counts. It's not just about living longer either. The goal is to live a better life. Oils that support healthy digestion, joints, and the brain. You get more from these than just nourishment. They grant you the freedom to cook with confidence, to age with strength rather than stress, and to appreciate food once again. You deserve oils that honor your body, aid in your recovery, and allow you to savor each bite with tranquility. You now know exactly where to look for the good ones, how to keep them, and how to use them properly. So, let's toast to crisp sautés, golden drizzles, and dishes that return the favor.